Daily update time. Today, my friends and family and I did some research on hyperbaric oxygen chambers and ozone therapies, and we found, I found two different studies about hyperbaric oxygen in relation to retinitis pigmentosa, the condition that's causing my vision impairment, and it's really good. One of the studies showed 88% recovery or change. No, not recovery, but some recovery and significant change in vision. When I mean change, I mean for the positive, and that change was retained even after stopping the treatment. It was a 10-year study, so that was hard. That I would have to do that for 10 years, but I'm just so happy that there was something that worked and that people are now seeing powerful changes and getting a significant amount of their vision back again. So that was really incredible. And then the other study was like an 88%. One was 80% and one was 88% increase and retention of vision. So that's incredible. It's better than the other option of inserting stem cells into my eyes. I know, right? With needles. Oof. What else? I started I had that appointment today, and then I started the hyperbaric oxygen chamber therapies today. So I spent an hour inside of one. So if you're curious about what that was like for me, it was incredible. If you've ever really wanted to do hyperbaric oxygen, do it. It was incredible. I just can't even begin to tell you how wonderful it was. I just felt like I was having the best meditation I've ever had. So peaceful. I've had so much anxiety trying to go out to public places and trying to go to my appointments and just go to places that I would normally go, even though I go with my best friend. And, Elijah, my 13-year-old walks me around a lot, so I'm still getting exercise. So we're making some changes, and that's one of them, is more exercise, getting a treadmill, and got a lot of support with hyperbaric oxygen. So I go tomorrow, and I go the day after. Next week I won't go. But starting thereafter, it's pretty much every day, 5 to 6 days a week is what my plan is. I don't know with the people in the study, how quickly their vision improved. So I would like to get my hands further on that study. But yeah, my ophthalmologist was the one that recently emailed me the results. And then the guy who runs the Hyperbaric Oxygen Center over at Intermountain Hospital in that center. He was just so incredible, and they were so nice to me and so helpful. I forgot their name, though. I want to tell you, and I've forgotten. It's on River Road. It's incredible for those of you who live in my area. Anyway, I spent an hour in it. My ears popped 3 times. It kind of felt like going up in a plane. And weird thing is, I thought being in it that I was going to have to go to the bathroom. That was my biggest fear out of anything, out of all the fears you could possibly have about claustrophobia or anything. Nothing like that came up for me. My fear was I'm going to get in there. They're going to zip it up. I'm going to have to pee. Right? That's not what happened. Even though I had to pee, I was so meditative that I just did not care. And then I could feel my bladder needing to go, but I could really hold it very well. So if you're worried about that kind of thing, you can get out whenever you want, but there was no need to get out. I was really happy to stay in, did not want to leave. And when they unzipped the chamber and let me out, I just wanted to stay. It was incredible. I love the oxygen. It was a fair amount of oxygen too. I felt like it was a lot of oxygen coming into my nose. You get the choice between a mask on your face or the things that go in your nostrils.
Level.
But yeah, and I chose the ones that go in the nostrils because it felt weird to have something on my face. It's pretty much amount of space in the one that sits up because they have one that's lying down and one that sits up. So tomorrow I'm going in the one that's lying down. So I'll get to tell you what that's like. But with the one that's sitting up, I was on a beanbag chair, and they give you 2 different chairs to choose from. And I got the comfortable one, and I stretched my legs out all the way, and they gave me a pillow. And when it feels like going up in an airplane, and then your ears pop a few times. So you want to make sure your ears pop properly. And then it just feels incredible. Everything starts feeling really peaceful, and it's just the best meditation you could possibly ever have. Just saying. It was incredible. One thing that happened right away is that I was eating food when I got home, and I was telling my partner what I was eating because she asked me, and I'm like, well, it has this, shiitake mushroom pasta with, because my friend Rachel had made it for me. And I'm like, I think it has peas and cauliflower. And I looked down and I'm like, and it has pineapple. And I noticed that I saw just a little bit of the yellow, enough to identify it as pineapple, which hasn't happened. And then the color went away. It went away for like an hour, and then it came back for about half an hour, and now it's gone again. So there's been some changes. Another thing, I was in my office, and I'm very light sensitive. As the vision fades, I see a lot of shadows and things like that. And today I saw yellow for the first time in a few weeks since this happened, and it really made me happy. And I thought I was going to cry. I was like, oh my God, I see a pineapple. Yeah, it was like that, just with one treatment. And I can't tell you if it's because of the treatment, because now it's gone. I know there are a lot of up and downs in retinitis pigmentosa. That's the condition. But it was just incredible. Oh, I was in the office, and light came through, and it came through in a way that was in my periphery, which hadn't happened since week 1 of this getting really bad. So that's interesting too. It hasn't happened since then, but one flash came in my periphery, in my peripheral vision, which hasn't happened in a while. So that was incredible. And I go back tomorrow in the afternoon. So I will tell you around this time tomorrow what it was like to be in the one lying down. The guy asked me, was I claustrophobic? And sometimes I can be. So we'll find out if I really am or not. That's about it. Yeah, exciting. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for your support. Many of you are asking, am I still working and taking readings and doing mediumship and the medical intuitive readings? And am I still teaching you to open your spiritual abilities? And am I still running my mystery school? And the answer is yes, 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 yes. I use voiceover. I'm being trained by a friend in voiceover, but he hasn't had enough time to really show me that much. And then I have an aide from Salt Lake City who texts me some information every now and then when I'm really stuck, and he's been helpful. So thank you, Jerry from Salt Lake City. Oh my gosh, you've been incredible. Voiceover's driving me nuts. So for those of you sitting in my sessions, when you start your Zoom webinar, it says, there's 1 participant. When you come in, and it says, there's 2 participants. And then every time I move my mouse, it talks to me and talks to you. So I learned to turn it down, but I haven't learned how to mute it yet. And that's about it. Still doing everything at Patreon as well. I just have facilitation a lot more with people helping me read your questions, because otherwise you get to listen to, I call her Mrs. Robot Voice. Mrs. Robot Voice is like the Siri for voiceover commands for blind people. So if I scroll my mouse over your question, she will tell me what your question is. But because there are so many spiritual terminologies that she does not understand, this is really funny. If I start talking about galactic terminology or deep spiritual terminology, it throws her for a loop. So, Pleiadians become like plethoras. And, like namaste becomes something weird. I forgot what it was. I'll have to start writing these down because these get really funny. Like Hyadians become hyenas, all that kind of stuff. For my spiritual terminologies when I'm teaching you things. And especially in Aramaic, she just doesn't know quite how to do that. Sanskrit, she can't do it. VoiceOver doesn't do Sanskrit very well at all. And it's really funny, and it butchers it. It's just terrible. Like, Sanskrit speakers just will facepalm themselves hardcore. They facepalm themselves over trying to listen to me sing Sanskrit. So now listen to voiceover, just don't do it. Yeah. So I'm still working every day. I thought I was going to cry the first week of trying to work with you. But I'm really coming along, and you've been very patient with listening to me struggle with the voiceover, and I've given plenty of extra time in sessions for when I can't figure things out, and it's just been really, really well. I've learned how not to move my mouth so that I can give you a reading without that thing talking. And then when the reading or mentorship session is over, it does talk again, but not until I move my mouth. So I've just backed far away from my computer. Just back away from the computer, Pamela. That's what happens. That's about it. My cat's been really sweet, snuggled up to me a lot, like trying to give me comfort. My partner's amazing. My best friend is amazing. And his partner is amazing as well. And I have plenty of support. So thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Stop recording video button.
I'm going to stop recording the video. I found the button this time.
Stop recording.